Hello students. In this lecture we will be covering few more questions on arrays, right? Few more questions on arrays. These questions will be mostly intermediate, mediate level, and few will be easier level, right? Okay, easier level, right? Okay, so in this video we will be covering more questions on array. Like in the previous videos we have covered so many questions, 10 to 15 questions, and we will be continuing the practice session, the problem solving series, in this video also. Okay, so this is practice question set number 3 on arrays, right? Okay, enough of discussion. So let us move to the open board. Let me write the first question, and then we will move to the open board, and then we will be understanding the question, and then we will be coding it up on the div c++ editor, right? Okay, cool. So the first question is, find the first occurrence of a number in an array. Okay, so this question has so many approaches, so many good complexity approaches. I'll be covering complexity in after 2 to 3 sessions, right? Okay, what is complexity? What is space and time complexity? Okay, just a brief overview about a complexity. It is the like a question is having so many ways. Like, let me go take you to the editor. Okay. A question is having so many ways to solve a question. Suppose this is approach 1, this is approach 2, this is approach 3, this is approach 4. So this is having some complexities, right? Time and space complexity. It is very worst case. It is very worst complexity. It is taking high computation time. It is taking quite low. It is taking quite low. It is taking very low. If it is taking less time complexity and less space, it is the best approach because it is consuming less resources, right? It is the best approach. Why? Because it is consuming less resources in terms of space and time. So this is the time complexity and space complexity topic that we will be covering in the next sessions, right? Okay, for now our major concern is on the practice questions, right? Okay, so this first occurrence question can be done in many ways, in 2 to 3 ways. We will be taking the first way for today because I am solving I am making you solve those questions that which the concept of which we have covered till now, right? Okay. So the other approaches, the two approaches that this question have, we have not covered those concepts. That's why we are not covering those concepts, those approaches. Because when I will be teaching those concepts, then I will be doing this same question by those approaches also. Like this can also be done by the binary search, which takes very low complexity, which is a very good solution. But I have not taught you about binary search by now. That's why we will be discussing the basic approach, right? Okay, the brute force approach kind of thing, right? Okay, let me raise it off. Okay, so the first question is, find the first occurrence of a number in an array. So let us suppose I am giving you some array. This is 3, this is 13, this is 5, this is 2, this is 10. This is the array that I am giving you. This is the array. How much size? What is the size? This is 13 only, right? So the size is, I think, 7, right? The size is 7. Let me write here. Let me write here. Size is 7. This is a 7 size array. You have to find the first occurrence of a number. First occurrence. Like, what do you mean by first occurrence? What do you mean by first occurrence? It means the first time that element is appeared in the array. The first time the element is appeared in the array. Okay. So what is the first occurrence of this one? The first occurrence is this only because it is first time appearing here. What is the first occurrence of 2? Although 2 is appearing at 2 positions, it is appearing at this, it is appearing here also. But the first occurrence is this. This is FO, first occurrence. Okay. Although a number can appear many times in the array, but the first occurrence means the first time it is appearing. first time it is appearing is known as the first occurrence. Okay, so let us solve this question. Okay, let me write this question quite let me write this array again. Let me write this array again, because there is no space to write the indices on the top. So let me raise it off and write it in a fresh way. Okay, okay. So the array is 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 13, comma 5, comma 2, comma 10. This is the array, right? This is the array. This is the array. Okay. So let me write the indices on their top, on the top of the element. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Okay. So if I give you num equals to 2, can you guys tell? Can you guys think in your mind what will be the first occurrence of this 2? What will be the first occurrence of this 2 in this array? See this array. See this array carefully. So 2 is appearing at 2 index number 1. It is also appearing at the 6th index. What is the first occurrence? The first time it is seen. What is the answer by this? What is the answer? Answer will be 1. Answer will be 1. Why the answer will be 1? Because the first time it is seen at the index number 1, right? So your logic, your program should return 1 in terms of answer, right? Okay, so let us solve it. I hope the question is clear, right? I hope the question is clear. So I already told you, when you have to deal with multiple elements, you have to use a for loop. Basically, you have to use a loop. You can use a for loop or you can use a while loop. For loop is more convenient as per me. That's why I am again and again using this for loop. Okay, because in this, initialization condition and unary operators are written in one line. That's why it is convenience, right? It provides convenience, right? Okay, you can use any of the loop. I taught you both, right? Okay, so initialize a variable I. Why? To traverse in the array. To traverse in the array, you need some variable na, to traverse in the array. Okay, write the for keyword, open the round parenthesis. From where you start this I? Tell me quickly. From the first index. What is it? 0. Semicolon. Where you will take your I to? Up to where you will go? 7th index. Why? Because it is the last index. How many steps you will increment by one time? I plus plus. One step, right? Because you have to cover every element one by one. Not skipping any element in between. Okay. Open the curly braces. What logic you will write here? What logic? What logic? Please tell. What logic? If, how do you access the element? Suppose this is ith index. How do you access it? Suppose this is ARR is the name of this array. ARR is the name of this array. How you access this? ARR of I. What does this statement mean? Value at index I. Value at index I. So these are the indices. These are the indices for which you are looping. Okay. So how will you access this first element? ARR of I. One by one it will access all elements from 0 to 7th index. But the general term is ARR of I. This I means 0 to 7 index, right? Okay. If this equals to num, the target, you have to find this first occurrence of 2 na. That's why if this is equal to num, this is equal to num, return I. Directly return this I. Directly return this I. Okay. As soon as you found this 2, directly return it. When you will return now, the loop will be break. Like you will you will automatically come out of the loop. Automatically you will come out of the loop. Automatically come out of the loop. Why? Because you have returned from here. This return statement will allow you to come out of the loop because you have returned the answer. Now there is no point or no logic in traversing the same loop. Okay, because your the function, suppose this is your function in which you have written this loop. You have written this loop inside a function. This function return type is int. If you have written an integer, then this function has returned already something. Then there is no point of moving the loop. Okay, you will automatically stop. Automatically you will stop. Okay, because your function has already returned this I. So on doing this line, it means you have found this 2, return it. No need to proceed further. No need to see this 3, 13, 5, 2, 10. Because it was asking you the first occurrence and you have found the first occurrence. Then break out of the loop. Okay. How to break out of the loop? By returning the element or by putting a break statement. Anything like that. I'll show you both the ways. I'll show you both the ways in the code. Okay. Let me show you both the ways here only, right? Let me erase some part. Let me erase some part. Okay. Let me show you both the parts. Let me show you both the parts. Okay. How to break and how to everything. Then we will understand the dry run. Suppose this is some integer function. The function name is find first occurrence. Find first occurrence. This is the name of the function. In this function, you have passed some array. You have passed some array as a formal argument. From where this array will be getting passed? From the main function. Suppose this is your main function, int main. This is your main function, int main. In this, you will call this function find first occurrence, OCC. You will pass array as the actual parameter. Now this will return some integer, because your function return type is integer. So this function will return integer. You will catch this answer in some answer variable and you will print it, see out answer. This is what is happening. I am telling you this thing from the day one when we started arrays, right? Okay. So this is the main function. This is the function that you have created on the top of the main, right? On the top of the main, right? Okay. Now you are using a for loop. You are declaring some integer I variable for traversing. You are starting it from the first index. This is the same loop that I have already that I have erased. Okay, so no need to think like what I am writing. This is the same loop, the same logic I am writing. If ARR of I equals to num, it means you found num. Return I. You found this number 2. Return this. Like what this I will store? First occurrence. Because as soon as you found this 2, you returned from the loop. And after returning from the loop, you have to return a -1 for the else part. Suppose if 2 was not there, suppose let me erase this 2. Let me erase this 2. Let me erase this 2. Suppose this 2 is not present in the array and I asked you to find the first occurrence of 2. If 2 is not present in the array, how can it has it first occurrence, right? So that's why for the else part, you return -1. If 2 was found, if 2 is found in the array, then it will return the first occurrence. Else, it means if this line is not executed, when will this line be executed? Return I. When ARR of I equals to num. It means when your array containing 2, when your array is containing target, then only this line will be executed, na? Return I line. But if 2 is not found, then this line will not get executed. See, I am erasing it up. This line will not get executed and this will return, your function will return -1. And this answer variable will catch this -1 and it will print this -1. And -1 will show that your answer is not, your element is not present. If element is not present, first occurrence is also not present, right? I am hoping that this logic is clear to you. By now I'm hoping that this logic is clear to you. So this is the first way of doing this question. Another way is without using this directly return. Let me erase it off and show you. Okay, let me show you the same scenario. Let me write a 2 here, let me write a 2 here. This is the first part that you have returned and you will get the answer. Another is don't directly return I, store it in some variable. This is the second part. Either you can directly return the answer, either you can store it in some flag variable. Suppose on the top of this function, on the top of this function, I'm using some variable int index. This index will store the first occurrence. Okay, this index variable I've created, and this index variable will store the first occurrence. But for now, garbage value, to avoid the garbage value to get stored, I am writing int index is equal to -1. Okay, see carefully. I know this line can be confusing for you for now, but as soon as this code will be completed, I'll make sure that this will get directly into your head. Okay. Okay, see, if ARR of I, same logic, nothing is changed. Num, that is 2, index will store this I, index will store this I, and I will break out of the loop. This is the second logic. This is the second logic, and after coming out of this for loop, you return this index. This is the second logic. Earlier, what you were doing, you were returning I directly, but now you're not returning. You're storing this answer in some variable, then applying a break. This and this same. Either you can directly return, this is first option to do. This is second option. That's storing the index variable, the first occurrence, then breaking out of the loop, then returning index at the end. Now you will say, earlier what was happening, if the first occurrence was found, we returned an I, else we returned -1. But here you are returning index, then where is the -1? You forgot that I have initialized it with -1. If this num variable, if this, okay, let me raise it off. It is, let me explain you. Okay. I have initialized this index is equal to -1, right? Okay. If ARR of I equal to num is, this means I am searching for 2. Then only index will store this I. Then only it will be break statement. Okay. If this is not getting executed, this index -1 will not be overridden. Will not be overridden. Will not be overridden. It will be -1 only, and I'm returning that return index. It means return -1. This index is still carrying -1. If this statement got executed now, if this statement got executed, this statement, if we found a 2, then only this -1 will be overridden by first index, because the first occurrence is 1 index. Otherwise, this statement will not get executed, and index was carrying a -1, and -1 will be returned at the end, because the index value is not overridden by any other index. Okay, so -1 will automatically getting returned. So I have initialized my index with such a number that I want to return if my answer was not found, that is -1, right? This is as simple as saying that. Let me raise it off. Suppose I'm saying you, pay attention to this logic. Suppose I'm saying you int index is equal to -1. Okay. I am saying you, if trees are green, if trees are green, then only index is equal to 5. Else nothing. And I'm printing it out. This is pay attention. This is statement 1. This is statement 1. This is statement 2. This is statement 3. Pay attention to this logic, okay? This is a general example I am giving, that when things get overridden, when not. I told you index I have initialized with the value -1, and in between I gave a sentence that if trees are green, green. If trees are green, then only index value is 5. Otherwise no, nothing I am saying. See out index. Can you guys tell what will be the value of this index? First this line will be executed, second this, third this. Now you will see, okay, index value is -1. Second line is if trees are green. Yes, trees are green. It means index will become 5. Now if this condition is true, then only your index will be getting overridden by 5. If I'm saying trees are white, suppose if I am saying trees are white, trees are not white. except for the snowy trees. Trees are not white. It means your index value will not be getting updated by 5 because this condition is not executed. We have not entered in this condition because trees are not white. That's why your index will not be 5. It will not be 5. It will be -1 only. Okay. If you are moving inside this condition box now, then only your index is updated. Otherwise, it is -1 because we have initialized it with -1, right? Okay. So I have given so much attention to this question. I hope this logic is clear to you. Either of the ways I have explained you, either you directly return the answer. The simple logic is you can directly return the answer, or you can store this answer into some flag variable or answer variable. Store this. Don't directly return. Store this. Okay, store this and put a break and then return this answer. These are the two ways. Either directly return, either store the answer and then return after executing the loop. Right? These are the two ways. First way and second way. I hope that this question is clear to you. We have paid so much attention to the return part, how to return the answer and all that. The simple logic is that is about the simple logic was mainly about the first occurrence. Okay. So let me dry run this question for you. This is 3, this is 2. Suppose this is a simple. After after we have done the code, let me explain you the dry run. Okay. Let me explain you the dry run. I have taken a simple example. You have to find a first occurrence. Okay, you have to find the first occurrence. Okay, this was a logic that I have explained you. That if error of I equals to num, suppose I am finding the first occurrence of this 2. Okay, I am returning I. I am directly returning I, and after coming out of this for loop, I am returning -1 because either this will run, either this will run. Okay, okay, okay. So how it will work? How it will work? See carefully, pay attention, right? So I am at index 0. Okay, I'm at index 0. I will be checking ARR of I. It means ARR of 0. What is ARR of 0? What is the value at 0th index? It's 1. If 1 equals to num, what is the value of num? It's 2. If 1 equals to 2, return I. Is 1 equals to 2? No. So we will not return I. But we will not return -1 because still we are in the loop. This is after the loop statement, right? After the loop is executed. Okay. Then we will do I plus plus. Our I will become 1. We will again check if ARR of 1 equals to 2. What is ARR of 1? 2. It means 2 equals to 2. Yes, this condition is true. Then directly return I. What will this statement return? This will return the index, that is 1, and this is the final answer. This will be catched by main function in some answer variable. This is the function calling. Suppose this will be catched by this main variable in the function variable, and it will be returned. See out answer. It will be returned. Okay, I hope this thing is clear to you. Let us code it up. When I will code now, you will get a clarity. Okay, suppose this ARR is having 1 2 3 2. Okay, 1 2 3 2. Right? Okay. Size is 4. And your num that I am looking for is 2. Okay. I will write int I because I am defining a variable for traversing in the loop. I am writing I starts from the starting index. I is going to the n-1 I plus plus. Okay. Okay. If ARR of I equals to num, now you can see that this is your main function. And I already told you main function only print something. It does not return the value. So I think now the part will be clear to you. I am using some kind of answer variable. I am storing initially -1. Okay. And I am saying if ARR equals to num, then only this answer will be updated by this answer I, this I, and break. It means if I found a 2, then answer will store the ith index. It means the index where 2 is located at first time, and it will break out of the loop then, because we have found the first occurrence. After coming out of this loop, we will print this answer. Now this answer is having two possibilities. Either it will have, either it will have, either it will contain a minus 1, because we have initialized it with minus 1, or it will contain index 1, because our 2 is having first occurrence at first index. See, 2 is located at the first index. See my cursor, right, in the line number 9. So if my 2 is not there, suppose this 2 is not there, then my answer was initialized with 1. I have not come to this, like I have not went inside this if condition. It means my, if I am not executing this if condition, it means my this, the statement inside is it will also not be executing. The statements inside it will also not be executing. And if the statement is not executing, then answer will not become I. Answer is not equal to I. Then if answer is not updated with I variable, this ith index, then answer will remain minus 1 only, because my variable was not present, my 2 was not present inside the array, right? Okay, let us run this code off. Let us run this code. Oh, it is giving minus 1. Why? Because I erased the 2. You know, like minus 1, how minus 1 came? You know, like how minus 1 came? I gave 1 3. I initialize, quickly again I am telling. I initialize this with minus 1. I am saying in this for loop, if my ARR of I equals to num, that is 2, then only change this answer to I and break out of the loop and print answer. Can you tell like what value will be getting printed if 2 is not there? Minus 1 will be printed. Why? Because my ARR of I will never become 2. Why? Because the 2 is not present in the array. And if this statement will not run, then inside statement will also not run. And if inside statement will not run, then this answer will never be, this not be I. I have written na, if this statement is executed, then answer is equal to I. But if the statement is not executing, then answer will not become I. And if answer not become I, answer will remain answer. Original value will be there. What is the answer initially? Minus 1. This will be minus 1 only. Okay, so minus 1 will be the answer, because no 2 was present there. Who can override this minus 1? If 2 was there, then this minus 1 will be overridden by 2th first occurrence, because we would have moved inside this if condition, because 2 was present, but now it is not present, then answer will not be triggered, touched, right? I hope this logic is now clear, because now I have made my full efforts to explain you this question, right? Okay, so the answer is coming properly. So let us move to the second question. Second question is quite similar. Now you will learn a plenty of learnings from these two questions, first and the last occurrence. This is the tricky part, right? This will give you very deep knowledge about arrays, right? This is important. These are the important questions that you will be using to solve greater questions, higher level questions, right? Okay, now it is asking you find the last occurrence. Last occurrence, see carefully, this is the best question I can tell. This is the best question in my eyes. This is the question that will give you so many of learnings, so much of learnings you will be getting this from this question. Okay, suppose my array is 1 3 2 4 2. Suppose this is the array. Pay attention, and I will be making sure that you will be getting it very nicely, right? Okay, so firstly, this I variable to traverse in the array, this answer variable which is storing my answer if my 2 would have occurred. I am asking you find the last occurrence of this 2. I don't want the first occurrence. First occurrence of 2 is 2. What is the last occurrence? Fourth index. I want this fourth index. Okay, I am writing a for loop. I am starting it from 0th index. I am taking it to the last index. What is the last index? 4. And I am doing a I plus plus. I am writing a curly braces. I am writing if ARR of I equal to num. Just a small change in the previous logic and this question will be done. Then answer equals to I. See out answer. This is the logic. You know, like what changes I have done? Can you tell? Then I'll be showing the dry run. Can you tell what changes I have made from the previous approach? Like what is the subtle change I have done in the first occurrence wala code to write the last occurrence wala code? Can you find out? Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I have not written a break statement. I have not written a break statement. A break statement. This is the change. This is making this question as last occurrence. Okay. Okay. So this is the change. I have missed this break condition. You know earlier what it was doing? As soon as it is finding the first occurrence, it is breaking the code. It is allowing you to come out of the for loop because your target is satisfied. You have found the first occurrence. But now our question is not about the first occurrence, it is about the last occurrence. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by last occurrence? It means, pay attention to what I am saying now. It means even if you found the first element the first time, what you have to search for? 2. If you found this 2 at some index, don't stop. Don't come out of the loop. Don't come out of the loop. Even if you found, even if you will find this 2, don't come out of the for loop. Continue to traverse because your aim and objective is to find the last occurrence. Your aim and objective is to find the last occurrence, not the first occurrence. So if you find this 2, don't come out of the loop because you have to find the last occurrence. See the dry run. When I'll be showing you the dry run, you will be getting very much of clarity about this, right? I assure you, you will be getting very thorough by this, right? Okay, okay, cool, cool. So earlier your index is 0. Let me use some other. Your index is 0. Okay. You will check if ARR of 0 equals to num. What is ARR of 0? 1. Is 1 equals to 2? No. Then you will not move inside this for loop. Okay. So this statement will not be executed and you do a I plus plus. Now your I will become 1. Check if ARR of 1 equals to 2. What is the error of 1? 3. Is 3 equals to 2? No, it is not equals to 2. Then also you will not run this answer I is equal to I wala condition statement. Then you will do a I plus plus. Your I will become a 2. Again you will check if ARR of 2, pay attention to this line, ARR of 2 is equal to 2. What is the error of 2? It's 2. 2 equals to 2, move inside this condition and do this answer. Update this answer with the index of 2 because it is saying answer equals to I. It means you have found some occurrence. You have found some occurrence. That's why answer equals to -1 will be updated with 2. Okay, because maybe this can be the last occurrence. Because if an element is occurring one time, then this one time is the first occurrence of this element and this is the last occurrence as well. Right? Okay, update it when you will find it. Okay, now don't break out of the loop, continue it. Go to third index, check if ARR of 3 equals to 2. What is ARR of 3? 4. If 4 equals to 2, no, don't run this. Keep the answer equals to 2 only, don't run this. Okay, now your I will be updated, I plus plus. I will become 4. Check if ARR of 4 equals to 2. What is ARR of 4? It's 2 again. It's 2 again. See, it's 2 again. It means 2 equals to 2. Now move inside this loop. Now move inside this loop. Update this answer again with the latest index. What is the latest index? Index number 4. This is the answer. After this step, I will become 5 and you will move out of the loop and this will be the answer. This will be the answer. Okay, this will be the answer. Earlier, what was your answer? Your answer was 2. Why? Because your first occurrence is 2. And after you found the first occurrence, you will break out of the loop in the first occurrence question. But this is the last occurrence. It means even if you found the same number 2, the target element 2, don't break out of the loop. Continue the process till this answer variable is not getting updated with the last index. Till this answer variable is not getting updated with the last index, continue this process. Okay, continue this process. Let me show you something. Suppose let us say there is one more 2. Suppose there is one more 2. This is the third index, fourth index, fifth index, and you reached here and there is one more 2. Now can you tell what is the answer? The answer will be updated with 5, because the last occurrence is 5. If there is one more 2 and its index is 6, the answer will be updated with 6. If there is one more 2 whose index is 7, the answer will be getting updated with 7, because you are searching for the last index. Okay, so you keep on updating this answer variable till the last occurrence you found, right? You find. Okay, so this was the logic of this last occurrence question. Let us go to the editor and run this code. Just remove this break statement. Just remove this break statement. Suppose I'm putting 2, 2, 5, 6, 2. Let us see what will be the answer. Just remove the break statement. Ooh, your answer is coming as 3. Okay. So your answer is coming as 3. I missed something? Have I missed something here? Okay, okay. The answer is coming as. Oh, let me check the answer again. I'll show you what is the issue. Okay, the answer is coming as 3. But our last occurrence of the 2 is this. It is showing the last occurrence of 2 is 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. You know why it is giving us this answer? Why it is not giving us this? Last occurrence should be, let me take you to the editor. Let me take you to the editor. Let us copy paste this array. 1, 2. I will tell you why the answer will be 3, not 6. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 6, 2, right? 5, 6, 2. This is the array, no? This is the array. The size of this array is 7. But you have given size 4. You have given 4. Your loop is moving from 0 to 4th index. Your loop is moving from 0 to 3 index, sorry, because size is 4 and index is 1 less than the size. So you are moving your loop from 0th index to 3 index. It means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So your loop is checking for these elements. Your loop is checking for these elements. That's why it is giving that. It is saying that the last index of 2 is 3, but the last index of 2 is 6. It should return 6. But your loop is running up to 3 elements. Your loop is running up to here. It is not considering this last 3 elements, that is 5, 6, 2. It is not considering these elements because your loop is ending at third index. So what changes you have to do? You have to increment the size. Do this 7. Okay, now check the answer. 6 will come. See, the answer 6 is coming because the last occurrence of 2 is 6, right? Okay, this is the last occurrence. I hope that this thing is clear to you. So we have invested a lot of time in this question because it was time consuming, right? Okay. Question number two. Find the average of the array. Find the average of the array. You know what is the formula of average? This is kind of a mathematical question. This is asked sometime and used to crack bigger questions, right? Average of the array is sum of array. This is the formula, and you know like how to calculate this. Sum of array by count of array. Count of array. It means sum of all elements of the array divided by the number of elements present in that array. Okay, so this will be the homework for you. Let me give you some array and give you a hint like how to solve this question, and then you will be doing it yourself, right? Suppose this is the thing. So what is the sum of this array? It's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. What is the answer? 15. This is the sum. What is the count? 15 is the sum. What is the count? How many elements are there? 5 elements. 5 elements divided by 5. Cross it. Cancel it. It is coming 3. It means this is your answer. 3 is your answer. 3 is your answer, right? This is the average. This is the average of the array. Okay, so this is the homework for you. Code it yourself. I taught you in the previous lectures how to find the sum of the array. I very well taught you this question. I also taught you in the previous sessions how to count the number of elements. Count the number of elements. Okay, so with these two codes, you can easily do this question. Okay, there can be questions. There can be a question in which smaller questions are required. Smaller questions are required. Okay, suppose I have taught you four questions. Suppose I have taught you four questions. Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. Now suppose I have given you some complex question number 5. It can be possible that this question number 5 will require all the concepts from these four questions. Okay, so these are the smaller questions and this is the bigger questions to crack, right? This can be the scenario, right? Okay, this can be the scenario. Okay, this was the homework for you. This is the homework for you. Now is a very interesting question, I should say. Very interesting question is coming. Question is check if two arrays are same or not. Two arrays are same or not. Two arrays are same or equal or not. Or equal or not. Equal or not. Okay. Okay, cool. Suppose this is array 1. This is suppose, let me take very basic example. This is array 2 which is having 1 3. Okay, this is having 1 3. This is array 1 ARR1. This is array 2 ARR2. How to check? How to check if two elements of array are equal or not, or if two arrays are equal or not, How can you check this question? Can anybody can give any hint? Think in your minds. What first of all, I will tell you like what do you mean by this line if two arrays are equal or not? What is the meaning of this line? What is the meaning of this line if two arrays are equal or not? What is the meaning? It means if all elements of array 1 are same as all elements of array 2 are not or not. All elements of array 2 or not. All elements of array 2 or not. Or not. Okay? If all elements of array 1 is same as all elements of array 2, then these two arrays are considered equal. These two arrays will be considered equal. Suppose this is an array which is 3 comma 4 and this is another array which is also 3 comma 4. This is 0th index, this is first index, this is 0th index, this is first index. 0th index element is matching with the 0th index element of array 2. First index element of array 1 is matching with the first index element of array 2. If there is some more indices, then second index element of array 1 is matching with second index element of array 2. It means these are equal because it is also 134, it is also 134. It means these two are considered as equal. Okay, by now I am hoping that what do you mean by array equality is clear to you. I am hoping that this thing is clear to you, like what do you mean by if like what is the meaning of equal array or not, right? Okay, if you have understood the question, let us proceed towards its solution. So can you tell me why, if these arrays are equal or not? Can you tell me, guys? Can you think in your mind like these array elements are equal or not? This array is equal or not? No, it is not equal because one is matching with one. There is no doubt in that, but two is not matching with this three. 2 and 3 are equal. It means the first indexed element of array 1 is 2, the first index element of array 2 is 3, and 2 is not equal to 3. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me tell you some other two smaller concepts related to this question, and then we will be solving this question, right? Suppose this is an array where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose this is another array not equal to. This is another array, right? This is another array. Let me take some other color to differentiate between array 1 and array 2, right? This is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, but 6, right? Its index is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's also having some indexes 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have taken less elements here. It's 3, 4, 6. These are the array elements of array 2, right? Okay, these are the elements. Now there is a very crucial question. Is this two arrays equal or not, or same or not? Think in your minds. Think in your minds. Think in your minds. Think in your minds. In our daily life, it is said that majority wins. It is always said that majority wins. Majority wins. It means if five people are opting for pizza and two people are opting for a sandwich, then in a party, pizza will come. Why? Because more people want this. This happens in house parties. Now, when we do party with our family, we order that dish in a restaurant which is liked by more people, right? Yeah, although we can order specific and different dishes for everybody, every single person, but it happens. It also happens. This is one possibility, right? In some families or houses, right? In generally, it is said that majority wins in cases, right? Majority wins. But here, the majority will not win. The system is changed in this question. Why I'm saying this? Because this one is matching with this one, this two is matching with this two, this three is matching with this three, this four is matching with this three, but this five is not matching with this six. It means four elements are matching, four elements of ARR of one, ARR of one, four elements of ARR one is same as four elements of ARR2, but one element is different. Then can you imagine in your mind whether we will say that this array is same or not? Just you can say, like, you can say no, you cannot say. I am forcing you to say this, that this is equal, but this is not, because if 100 elements are there na, in both the arrays, and 99 elements of one array is matching with 99 other, and one element is different, then also this will be considered as not equal. Because for matching, for array to be same, every element should be equal. Every element, not majority, not majority, not majority. Every element should be equal. If 99 elements of this ARR1 is matching with 99 elements of this ARR2, now only one is not matching, only one is not matching, then also we can say that this array is not same, because one element is different. Although 99 are matching, although the majority is winning here, but this one is not matching. Okay, that's why this array is not same. This array is not same. Now let us proceed to the question. Enough of discussion on this. So what question I have given you? I have given you 1 2. I have given you 1 3, right? This is the question that I have given you. Zero index, first index, zero index, first index, right? So you can say that this array is equal to this array in size. In size. And also one thing I forgot to tell you. Suppose this array elements are, these arrays having element as 1 2, and this is having 1 2 3. If the size of the both arrays is unequal, na, suppose the size of array 1 is not equal to size of array 2, then also they are not same. Then there is no need to check the elements. Okay, There is no need to loop over the elements and check if they're equal or not, because the size is different. So directly you can say that these are not equal. Why? Because the size is different. Okay, the size is different, that's why they're not equal. Don't There's no need to even write the program, directly say on the face that these two arrays are not equal. Check for the size, directly say it up. But if the size is same now, then do the processing, then do computation, right? Then do coding for it. Okay, enough of discussion, enough of facts and figures. We have known about this array, this question. Now let us proceed to the question. This is 1 comma 2, this is 1 comma 2, this is 3 comma 4, right? This is 1 comma 2 and this is 3 comma 4. Okay, okay, this is zeroth index, this is first index, this is zeroth index, this is first index, right? Okay, fine. Now size is same, it means there is a possibility that these arrays can be equal. We are not sure, but there is a possibility. But if array size is not same now, directly return no, because there is not a possibility, not a 1% possibility that they can be equal. But size is same, so there is a possibility of equal or unequal, right? Now now use a variable I. You can use one variable for looping over. Okay, we can loop over as many arrays using one variable. What is the change you have to do? For accessing element I, you have to do arr of 1I. For accessing element at that index I in array 2, you have to do arr of 2I. Okay, now you will think that okay, if we are iterating over these two loops, then we will be requiring two variables to traverse. No, this is not compulsory. You can traverse over 100 arrays with a single variable I. How you will access the elements? For array 1, you will do arr of 1I. Array 2, I. For array 100, arr of 100, I. These are the 100 arrays and you are accessing the same index element. Okay, so it is not a compulsion that for 100 for traveling in the 100 arrays you will require 100 variables I, j, k, like that. No, with just one integer I, this variable helps you to traverse over n number of arrays. Okay, because the arrays index is same now. Here also there is some zero index, here also there is some zero index, here there is also some first index, here is also first index. Then why there is a need of maintaining two variables I and j for traversing on the two loops? Because we are traversing simultaneously. If you are traversing in a nested way, then require two variables nested for nested loops, right? Okay, so can you tell me what is the for loop? What will be the for loop for this question? Can you tell me quickly, guys, what is the for loop for this question will be? How it will look? How it will look? Int I, initializing a variable to traverse in both arrays, So you have initialized this variable, right? Now for keyword, where you will start this I, you will start it from 0. Up to where it will go? It will go to index 1. I plus plus. Curly braces, what you will write? You will write if at any point of time this arr of I is not equal to this arr of 2 of I, see out false, break. Then and there, break. No need to check for further elements. Suppose this is an array, this is an array. Okay, these are the array elements. Suppose these are the array elements. This is equal to this is equal to this, but this element of this array, see, I'm highlighting, this element of this array is not equal to this. There is no need to check for further elements for this. There is no need, because if these, suppose how can I explain you? Okay, this is one array element, this is another array. Pay attention please. Okay, this is equal to this element, okay, fine. This is also equal to this, fine. This is not equal to this third element. Is there any need to check further? Is there any need to check further? No, there is no need. Because if these elements are matching with these elements of array 1 and these elements are matching with these elements of array 1, but if this center element is not matching or some array element in between is not matching, there is no use of this matching with this, because all array should elements should match with each other at the particular index. Okay, if at any point of time the array element differs, then break out of the loop, say false, false, not matching, not matching, they're not matching, break out of the loop. There is no need to check further, because I already told you, if 99 elements are same na and one is different, that's also bring a impact, that is also bringing some impact on the answer, right? Okay, so as soon as you will find that these two array elements are not matching, this element from in array 1, this element from array 2 are not matching, break out of the loop, because there is no need to check further. We are not caring with if further elements are matching or not, but one is not matching, and then one is that one is uh, not matching, it is making impact on the array element to be same, right? Are you fine with this question now? You know, like what will happen? Firstly, it is a let us draw it in. Let us draw it in. Okay. So I hope you're clear, like why we have put a break statement, because they're not matching. So there's no need to check further, because we want every array element to be same, not 99 and same and one different. No, no, this kind of scenario, right? Now index is 0. Check if ARR of I is equal to error of 2 of I. It means index number first element, that is 1 from first index, is matching with this 3 from second array. Ooh, they are not matching. 1 is not equal to 3. See out false, directly print a false that they are not matching and break out of the loop. There is no need to move this 2 and to this 4 and checking it. Because 1 is not equal to 3. It means starting elements are not matching. Then there is no need to move further and check. Okay, there's no need to move further and check. Let me tell you some, let me give you one more example, then we will code it. Suppose there is something like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Another array is 100 100 2 3 4 5 6. Suppose this is array 1 and this is array 2, this is array 2 and this is array 1, let us say. Now, these elements are matching with these elements of array 2, but one is not matching. One is not matching. So, when you will do a for loop, na, and it will say if error of I, if error of 1 of I not equal to error of 2 of I, you will say not matching, you will see out, you will print not matching, or false, anything you can print. And you are breaking out of this for loop. Okay, you are breaking out of this for loop, break. Now you are standing here at the 0th index checking. If 1 equals to 100, it is not equal. Break out of the loop. Is there any use of checking for these elements? No, because I know, I can understand your feelings that you will say that these elements matching with this 3 matches with this 3, this 4 matches with this 4, this 5 matches with this 5, this 6 matches with this 6, this 7 matches with this 7. Then what is the use of then what is the use of traveling and checking further if first element is not matching, if any one element is not matching? Although the 6 elements are matching, but one is not matching, and this is bringing an impact, right? So the entire array is not matching. It means there is not a majority and minority thing. Everybody should be agree. Everybody has to be agree. If there are 100 people, 100 should be agree to a fact. If one is not agreeing and 99 are agreeing, then this is not a mutual decision anyhow, right? It means the array is not same, kind of thing. Okay, so I hope this code is clear to you. I have made my best effort to explain you this logic, that in order to be saying that two arrays are equal, every element should match with every other element, not just one or two or 100 out of 100, 99 are matching and one is not matching, right? Let us code this up. Let us code this up. Now the second array is ARR of 2 is 1 comma 3, 1 comma 3. Okay, this is array 1. Size is 2. Okay. So what you will do, you will write, suppose this n1, this size of this first array is 2, and let us say size is different. N2 is 3. Let us say this second array is having some elements as 3 elements. Firstly, you will check if size is different, if this size is not equal to each other, if the size of both arrays are different, then directly print not matching. No need to loop over these array and check. Directly say not matching because the array size is not same. Else means if array size is same, it means here are also two elements, here is also two elements, then run a for loop, then run a for loop. Okay, then run a for loop. Int I for loop, where it will start from 0th index, where it will go to the size. Anyone you can take because both sizes are same. You can take n1 minus 1 or n2 minus 1. Main logic is to determine like what is the end index. This end index can be calculated from array 1 or array 2. Let me take you to the editor. Suppose I am saying you n is equal to 5. You know that if n is 5, your loop will go from 0 to 4. If there are two arrays, this also has a size 2. It means n1, the size of first array is also 2. N2, the size of second array is also 2. So when size was 1, it means no, when size was not, sorry, I said this wrong. When there was just one n, it means one array, you are taking this index from 0 to n minus 1. N minus 1. Now you will be getting confused. There is n1 also, there is n2 also. Where we will stop this? You can do like this, n1 minus 1 or n2 minus 1. Both will be same because its size is also 2, its size is also 2. Right? So you can take any one. When there is one n, na, you directly take n minus 1. When there are two n's, you take n1 minus 1 or n2 minus 1, both, because the size is same. This array is also having size 2 and this array is also having size 2, right? So it will take you to 0 to 1 only, and index 1, because the size is 2 and index is 2 minus 1, 1 less than the size, right? So you can take this n1 minus 2 or you can take n2 minus 2. Both are same, right? Both are same. If ARR of I not equal to ARR of 2 of I, see out, not matching, not matching, break, else matching, else, no, not else matching, because for every element otherwise it will show matching. Okay, simply show not matching, and after coming out of this else, you simply write cout. Okay, simply run this code off. Not matching. Why it is not matching? Because the size is different. But if the size is same, let us see if it is matching or not. It is still not matching. Why it is not matching? Because here it is 1, here it is 1. This one is matching with this one. This 2 is matching. No, this 2 is not matching with this 3. This is a problem. That's why it is showing. Suppose if I do a 2 here, let us run this code. Nothing will be getting printed. Oh, not matching, it is getting printed. Okay. So it is showing you not matching. Let me find out where is the error coming. Okay, let me show you where is the error coming. Let us take this size. Okay, now let us see. Okay, so it is not printing you any error. It means it is matching, because for not matching we have just printed not matching, but it is matching. That's why it is not showing anything, because for matching we have not written any condition, any statement, right? Now you will be getting a doubt. You will be getting a doubt on one thing, and I will be clear that doubt to you. You will be saying when you take a size 3, they showed you not matching. Why it happened? See, it is showing not matching and the array is 1 to 1 2. You know like why it happened? You know like why it happened? I took 1 2. Still the output says not matching. Why this happened? Earlier, why this happened? Because I have taken its size as 2, I have taken its size as 3, and 2 size as 3. Like when the size is given greater and the number of elements provided is less, it will consider the third element as 0. Okay, it will consider the third element as 0. So when I given the size 1 greater na and given 2 elements, so like how it assumed this array, assumed this array is like this. Okay, 1 2 0, because the third element is 0, because the size provided is 3 and the element given are 2, then the unoccupied spaces will be filled with 0. That's why it has shown you that this is not matching, although they are matching, but it has shown you not matching. That's why I corrected this size as 2, and now the answer came was correct. Okay, firstly I was also like why this is coming, then I understood, and then I make you understood about this. Okay, now you will be saying one more thing. Let me clear this off to you. You will be saying why we are putting more focus on not matching. Why we are putting more focus on not matching condition. More focus. Why we are more focused about not matching condition. Not matching condition. Why we are not focusing on matching one? Because the deciding factor is what is the deciding factor? Deciding factor means who will decide if array matches or not. Okay, deciding factor is unmatched thing. Deciding factor is unmatched elements, not the matched elements. Because suppose this is this 1 2 3, this is 1 2 4. If this is equal to this, is there any need to do anything? Okay, they're matching, we will be like, okay, there's not a big issue. Okay, they're matching, congratulations. Then we will see, okay, this 2 is matching with this 2, congratulations, this is also matching. What is the special thing in about matching? The special thing is about when they're not matching. That's why we are putting more focus on not matching condition. Okay, because our target is to look for the numbers which are not matching, so that we can say that this array is not same. If every element is matching, then okay, there is not a big deal, there's not a party thing. Okay, that's why we're focusing more on not matching, because this not matching will decide if our array is same or not. Okay, so that's why we are looking for that one not matching element. I hope this code is clear to you. You can write it more clearly, more nicely by making a separate function on the top of this main function. Okay, the main thing is to focus on logic. You can do coding, but the logic is important thing to understand, right? Okay, so we have covered 3 questions. These 3 questions that we have covered, first like occurrence, last occurrence, and this array matching is not. These are very important concepts, right? Very important concepts. Now let us do more questions. Let us do more questions. uh, this question name is on many social media platforms nahi, on many coding platforms na, on many coding platforms, on many coding platforms like lead code, gfg. This question name is known as array equal to index. Array equal to index. Array equal to index. This question is known as popularly with the name. Let me erase it off. This question is more popularly known with the name array equals to index. Array equals to index. Can I tell you, like, may I tell you the statement of this question? Okay. Check, check if at any point of time, check if at any point in array, arr of I equals to I. arr of I equals to I. This is very important question. This is again important question, and this has 2 approaches: linear search and binary search. Linear search is what we are doing now. Binary search is some other concept. I have not taught you because this is the higher syllabus. This is in higher syllabus. That's why. When I will be teaching you this, I'll be telling this same question with this approach also, right? So don't worry about that. Okay? Fine. Fine, fine. Okay. So let us take an array. Let us take an array. Suppose I'm taking some array as suppose I'm taking some array as 1, 2, 1, 12, 2, 4, 6. Suppose this is some array that I'm taking. Suppose this is the index that I'm writing on the top of the element, right? Can you tell where this situation is occurring? Where the element is same as its index. You know, like what this mean? It means index is same as the elements it is storing. Index is same as the element. Index is same as the element it is storing. It is storing. Okay. Element is same as the index it is storing. Can you find out in this question? Can you find out in this question where this situation is occurring? Where the situation is occurring? Can you find out in this question? Okay. Let us check. If this 0 is matching with this 1, nope. If this 1 is matching with this 12, nope. If this 2 is matching with this 2, yes. Break out of the loop. Break out of the loop. Okay, break out of the loop. Because it is asking at any point of time. It means the first time, okay, let me mold this question in such a way. If the first time, check the first time a point, okay, let me mold this question a bit. We will do this question in three forms. Same question but with three logics, right? With three formats, right? So this question is check the first time ARR of I equals to I. First time. As soon as you will find that this 2 is matching with this 2, it means as soon as you match that some index is equal to element at that index, you will print that element, that 2, print that element and break out of the loop. Okay, break out of the loop. This is the question as first time when you see something like this. The question is first time when you see that ARR of I equals to index, ARR of I is equal to I, print that element and break out of the loop. How will you achieve this question? Can you tell? How you will achieve this question? Can you tell? How will you achieve this question? Can you tell? The first time. Let me code it up and show you. Int I variable, int I variable to traverse 4 keyword, open the parenthesis, I starts from 0. Let us take some array. 12, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 0 index first, second, third, fourth. Okay, I will go up to 4, I plus plus. What you will check? If ARR of I equals to I, see out, print that element and break out of the loop. Why break? Because it is asking for the first time you see such a situation. First time you find this situation, print that ARR of I which is equal to its own index and then break out of the loop. You know now how it will work? You are at 0 index. It will check if ARR of 0 equals to its own index. No, 0 is not equal to 1. Nothing will happen. Move to next element. Check if this 2, this first index is equal to this 12. No, it is not. 1 is not equal to 12. Move. Check if this 2 element is equal to its own index. Yes, this 2 is equal to its own index. It means print this 2 and break out of the loop. Break out of the loop. Don't run for this 3. Don't run for this 4. Break out of the loop because it is asking for the first time you see such a situation. First time. Okay. Okay. So break out of the loop. This is the answer. This is the answer. Because first time you find it, you printed that element. You came out of the loop. You came out of the loop. Now let me mold this question in some more interesting way. This is the first format. This is the first format. Okay, where you see that ARR of I equals to some element is equal to its own index. Array equals to index. Array equals to index, right? This is a question name. Suppose this is an array. It is the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the index. Now the question is, I have molded the question in such a way, I'm saying all situations, print all situations where AR of I equals to I. This is the second situation. Okay, this is the second situation. I'm saying print all index, print all array elements who are equal to, which are equal to its own index. Now I'm not saying the first time you find it, I'm saying all, everybody who matches with its own index, print those. How will you achieve this question? The code, how will you change the code? Very simple. Write a for loop, take it from 0, take it until 4, I plus plus. If ARR of I equals to I, it means this element is matching with it with its own index. If it is matching, then see out error of I. See out error of I. But don't break out of the loop. Don't break out of the loop. Don't break out of the loop. Out of the loop, because it is asking for all elements that are matching with their indices. Who are matching? Who are matching? Tell me quickly. This 2 is matching with it with its index. This 3 is matching with its index. This 4 is matching with its index. Okay, let us draw it. You are standing at index 0. Check if this 0th index is matching with ARR of 0. No. Move ahead. Move ahead. Check if this 1 is matching with this 12. No. Move ahead. Check if this 2 is matching with this 2. Yes. Print it. Move ahead. Don't break. Because they are asking for every element who is matching with its index. With its index. Not one. Check if this 3 is matching with this 3. Yes, print it. Check if this 4 is matching with this 4. Yes, print it. Move out of the loop, break out of the loop. This will be your answer. This will be your answer. Because you found every element who is matching with this index. If it would have asked you the first element, that only this 2 would have got printed, and we would have breaked at this point where my cursor is pointing. We would not have checked for this 2, neither we have would have checked for this 4, right? Okay, now this question can come in many form. Now they have asked you to print those elements who are matching with their indices. Okay, they're asking you print all those elements who are matching with their index, print all those elements, right? Now this question can come in one more way. One more way. Let me tell you, okay? Now this question can come you in one more way. Suppose this is 3, this is 4. Its index is 3. Its index is 4. Now the question is changed. The question is changed. The situation is changed. The question is like this. Check if any ARR of I equals to its own index. They are not asking you to print that element who is matching with its own index. They are just asking you, is there any element who is matching with its index? Return a true or a false. Okay, so you will not see out something, but you will see out a true. And you will break out of the loop, because just it has asked you for the situation, that is there any point of time that ARR of 2, like the element has become equal to 2. As soon as you find that 2 equals to 2, no need to check further, just return a true from here. Yes, there is some situation, there is a point in the array where the array element is equal to its index. Don't check for others. Okay, don't check for others, right? Because just you have to print a true or false if there is any situation occurring or not. Okay, right? Okay, so this was the question. Let us code it up. Okay, let us code it up. Okay, Okay. So this is 112, 3, 4. 112, 2, 3, 2, 4, right? Okay. Firstly, we will do the first question. Like the first point of time, the error of I equals to error of I, right? Int I for I starts from 0, I less than equal to n minus 1, I plus plus, if ARR of I equals to I, see out error of I. Okay, let us run this code. It is giving us 2. It is giving us 2. Suppose there are more elements. There, oh, we have not put a break statement. Because, why we have not put a, okay, let us see without break statement. We have not put a break statement, but still it gave us only one element because there was only one element whose ARR of I equals to I. Okay, now it is giving us 2, 3. It means more elements are matching. Suppose more elements are matching, if and I have not put a break statement, it means it will return us both. Okay, but suppose there is only one element whose error of I equals to I, and we have not put a break statement, then only it will give the single answer because there is just one element who is matching with its own index. Okay, but if there are more elements that are matching with their own index and you just wanted to print a single element, then you have to put a break. Because there are more elements that are matching. If you will not put a break, you will get all those elements whose error of I is equal to I, right? Fine. But if you intentionally want to print single element, then put a break. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, let us move to the next question. Okay, let us move to the next question. Let us move to the next question. So, the question that I taught you can be asked in the true false form. Check if any error of I is equal to check if any error of I equals to I. This can be asked in the form of true false. This can be asked in the form of printing. Also, this can be asked in the form of count. Okay, this question, the logic is same, but it can be asked in the many forms. They can also say you count the number of elements for which count the number of elements for which ARR of I equals to I. They can ask you in this form. You also, if they're asking you in true false form, now just see out a true here. See out true. Just see out true because they're asking you in the true false form. If they're asking you in the count form, instead of true, do a count plus plus because you have to return a count. If they're asking in the print format, just see out that error of I. Same logic but with different return or print things. Same logic with different returning and printing things, right? Same logic. Nothing is changed. Nothing is changed. Now let us move to the next question. Let us move to the next question. Very important question. Very important question. This is the intermediate level question and it is asked many times in many big companies, right? Even Amazon, Microsoft can ask this question in the first round of their interview. Okay, to warm up UIs, right? To warm up. Okay, warm up questions of big companies, right? You know what is this question? This question is check if a pair exists whose sum whose sum equals to 7 or not necessarily that these companies will give you question as that check if two numbers exist whose sum is 7. There can be any number. They can ask you check if two numbers whose sum is equal to 10, check two numbers whose sum can be equal to 200. This can be anything. I'm just specifically taking it 7 to explain you the logic. That's it, right? That's it, right? Okay, I'm just taking an example. This value can be anything. Don't assume anything to be hard coded, that this will be 7 only, this will be 6 only. It is not like that. It's not how it works. Anything can be asked, just focus on the logic, right? Because if you can do it with 7 now, you can do it with any number, right? Okay, fine, fine, cool, cool. So let me write it. Okay, yeah. Suppose I'm giving you some array. I am giving you 1 4 7 8 3. This is the array I'm giving you. This is the array I'm giving you. 1 4 7 8 3. Can you identify those two elements who is summing up together to give 7? Can you identify? Yes, there are two elements. First is 1, second is first is 4, index 1, second is 3, index 4. Okay, so these two elements, because 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. Okay, so these two elements will add up to give the 7 number. This is the target numbers. This is target is 7. Okay, how you will do that? How will you do that? This kind of question requires your for loop. This can be again solved with many approaches, with good approaches, but we have not covered those topics to teach you. I have not covered those topics which can do this question in the optimized manner. That's why I will be doing the brute force way first, right? As I'll be covering those concepts, we will be again taking these questions and doing it in that complex way, and easier complex way, easier or a quite intermediate way, with good approach, with good complexity, right? And space complexity, with good proficiency, like something like that. Not proficiency exactly, but with good way, with a good approach, optimized approach, right? Okay, so this kind of logic, this kind of question will require two for loops. This is the first time you are doing some question of two nested for loop. First question, first nested for question, first nested for loop question in front of your eyes. First nested for loop question in front of your eyes. This will be. You know, like why it is requiring a nested for loop? Can you guys tell? Can you guys tell? Can you guys tell like why it is requiring a nested for loop? Why two for loops will be required? Why two for loops will be required? You know, like when two for loops will be required, I told you this thing very nicely when I was explaining you about if else condition, for loops, everything like that. I taught you this thing very nicely, that why this will be requiring two for loops, when we will be requiring two for loops. When some array is given, standing at one element, you are checking for the rest of the element. Standing for this element, you are checking rest of the elements. Then your for loop is required. Then your nested for loop is required. Nested for loop is required. And in this question, you are doing similar thing. You will be standing at this one and checking from index number 1 that if any element is adding with this one to give you the 7, to give you the 7. That's why the nested for loop is required here. That is the reason why nested for loop is required in this question as a brute force solution, right? That is the reason. Because this one will, you will be standing at this first element and checking if there is some element that can add up this with this one to give 7. Okay, what you will be doing, this is your 4, this is your 1, comma, right, comma, this is your 0th index. Now, why nested for loop is required? Are you getting familiarity with this concept? Like, why nested for loop will be required? Because you will stand at this one and check if from the rest of the element there is an element, question mark, there is an element that can add up with this one to give you the result as 7. to give you the result as 7. Okay, that's why standing at one element, you are looping over the all other elements. Now for 4, you will also check. Standing at 4, you will check if there is any element that can add up with this 4 to give you 7. To give you 7. Now again, standing at this 7, you will check from the rest of the elements if there is any element that can add up to this 7 to give us 7. Now standing at 8, you will loop over every other element to check if there is any number that can add up with this 8 to give you 7. Similarly, standing at the 3, now you will not get any element because 3 is the single element. Okay, 3 is a single element, right? 3 is the single element. Getting this logic? Getting this logic? Okay, fine, fine, fine. Now that is the reason I have explained you why nested for loop is required. This I have till now I have just explained you in this question why nested for loop is required. Because standing on one element, you are checking for the rest of the elements. Standing on one, checking for the rest. So one outer for loop will tackle this standing at one wala part, and the inner for loop will check for all other elements. Okay. Can I show you the dry run for this? The dry run for this will be very lengthy in terms of coding explanation. I will show you the dry run with this now only. Now only. Okay, now only I will show the dry run. This is 1, this is 4, this is 7, this is 8, this is 3. Okay. Indices are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Okay. So you are standing here and checking for if this 1 plus 4 is equal to 7. If this 1 plus 7 equals to 7. If this 1 plus 8 equals to 7. If this 1 plus 3 equals to 7. Okay. So outer for loop will be you are standing at 1 and checking for the rest of the elements. This 4, 7, 8, 3. Now after you will execute, you will came out of this inner for loop, you will check for this 4. You will check for this 4. If this 4 is matching with any of the 7, 8, 3. Now you will check with 7. If 7 is matching with 8, 3. You will check for 8 if 8 will sum up with somebody to give 7. Right? So that's why the nested for loop is required. This is the reason, right? This is the reason. Now how will you achieve this question? Now you will use two variables. I told you now in the nested for loop you require two variables. Okay. But for traversing for multiple arrays, like if you want to traverse for 100 arrays, no 100 variables are required. Just one variable is enough. If the size is same. Condition applied that if the size is same. Let us quickly wind this question up and tell you. I will be explaining you the dry run. Don't worry. Okay, let me take some simple. Let me take simple array, because when I will take a big array, now then the dry run will become very lengthy. It take more time and space. Okay, open board space. That's why small array I have taken 0, 1, 2 with elements 1, 4, 3 respectively. On zeroth index there is 1. On the first index there is 4, and third on second index there is a third, right? 3. There is a 3. Okay. Okay, let's proceed further. So I will be requiring two variables, int I, int j, to traverse in two loops. For loop, from where this I will start? Tell me quickly. It will start from 0. Where it will go? This is a smart thing. Where it will go? Where it will go? Tell me quickly. Because we are checking for two elements, so we will be going up to n minus 1, n minus 2. Why? Because if the outer loop will go up to here, then what, there is no second element to check if this 3 is adding up with someone to give 7. Okay, with 4 you can check for two elements. What I'm saying is, if you are at this 4, you can check if there is any other element that can add to give you 7. But when you are standing at 3, there is no other element. There is no other element. So what is the use of taking outer loop to the second index? There is no use case na to take the second, to take the external for loop up to here, because there is no element to add to this 3 to give 7, because there is no element, there is no array after it, after this 3. Okay, so there is no array after this 3, there is no array after this 3. Okay, that's why I have taken it to n minus 2. It means if the elements are 1 4 3 na, it will go up to this index only, it will go up to this index only, right? Because this one in this 4 can check if 3 is adding with me and to give 7, but this 3 is having no one to check with it itself. Okay, this 3 is having no one because the array has ended. That's why we will go up to here. You have to very smartly see where you, oh shit, I have erased, sorry. So you have to check where you have to take your array. Okay, chalo, let us do this. Int I, int j, where will this start from? 0. Where it will go? To first index. What is the first index? N minus 2. Okay, n is 3 na? And then if you minus it up, you will get 1. And you are taking it to first index only, right? Then I plus plus. Curly braces open. Okay. This is outer loop curly braces. This is outer loop curly braces. This is inner loop. This is inner loop. Let me write it with some other color to provide you more clarity and readability, right? To differentiate like which is outer loop, which is inner loop, right? So let me write it with some yellow color. Okay. This is inner for loop. J. Where it will start from? Now it will not start from 0. It will start from I plus 1. Why? Why? Why it will start from I plus 1? Because if there is 1, it will not check with itself that if I am adding with myself to give 7. No element will check the adding factor with itself. Okay, if you're standing at this one will check if from the rest of the elements, yes, from the rest of the elements, from the elements that are ahead of me, is there any element that can add up with me to give 7? So that's why you will check from suppose this is 0th index, this is 143. If you're standing at the 0th index now, you will check from this index, from first index, from this I plus 7 index. Okay, that's why I have written I plus 1. Because if you're standing at I is equal to 0, you will start checking for the rest of the elements. What is the rest of the elements? Elements that are starting from first index, right? That's why I plus 1. That's why I plus 1. J less than equal to, now you will check up to here only. Because for this one you are checking if this one can pair up with this 3, with this 4 to give 7. If this one can pair up this with 3 to give 7. So you will give the inner loop will go to 3 only. Not end at 4. Okay, now J plus plus. Let me raise it off. Let me raise it off. Like you got the clarity? You got the clarity why the outer for loop is going to 3, not to 3 but to 4 only, because for this 3 there is no one to check if it is adding up with, if this 3 adds up with anything. That's why we went to this element only. But in case of inner loop, this one is checking with this 4 as well as this one is also checking with this 3. Okay, that's why the inner loop is going up to j, up to 3, right? There is a reason, there is a solid reason, right? I explained you this. Okay, and you are also very much clear now why it is starting from I plus 1. Now you will say like why it is not starting from 0. Suppose this is the element, this is index. Okay, you will say that why it is not starting from 0, because this 4 will not check with 1, because this 1 has already checked with this 4 and they are not forming 7. So there is not a logic, there is no logic in 4 checking with 1 again. That's why we are not looking back. Okay, we are checking with ahead elements only. Okay, If this is checked with this and it has not given any 7, then there is no point of checking this with this again. When you will be at this element, there is no point of looking back and checking with this backward element. Just check with the forward ones, right? These ones. There is no point of this checking with this. If because if 1 plus 4 is not giving you 7, then 4 plus 1 cannot also give you 7. So if 1 4 3 is there, if 1 is checked with 4, whether 1 plus 4 is giving you 7, and when you are at 4, there is no need of checking with this one, because when 1 plus 4 is not giving you 7 now, then definitely 4 plus 1 will not also give you 7. That's why, right? That's why, right? Okay, let me raise it off. Every single thing I have cleared about this concept. Every single thing we have covered. Why it is there, what it is, from where we will go, what we will check, right? Outer for loop, inner for loop, right? Okay. Curly braces of inner, curly braces of outer loop, right? Okay. How will you check? How will you check? If ARR of I, we will do a dry run. Don't worry about this. We will do a dry run. Plus ARR of J equals to 7. Let me very hard codingly write it. I am writing 7 only, no target. Okay, let me write target only. Target is 7, so don't write 7, because don't hard code it. Write target only. Write target only. Target. Okay. Then what you will do? Then what you will do? You will do C out ARR of I, comma, this is the way of printing C out ARR of J, right? This is the way of printing, nothing else. This is the way of printing. It means if you obtain such numbers that give you 7, suppose 4 3, so you will print it like 4 comma 3. That's why I hard coded a comma here. You can print it anyway, it's your style, right? It's unique. Okay, now let us dry run. I is at 0. 0 is less than equal to 1. Enter inside. Okay. I equals to 0. Enter inside. J is I plus 1. It means it is 1. Okay. And 1 is less than equal to 2. Move inside further. Check if ARR of I plus ARR of J is equal to 7. Check if ARR of I. It means check if this 1 plus 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 7. They are not. Move outside. Increment this J. Keep this I still as 0 and check this I with this 3, because this I is not giving a successful answer with this 4. Now check it with 3. It means only J will be updated with 2. Check if ARR of 0. 0 will be same. Is giving some 7 answer with ARR of 2. What is ARR of 2? It's 3. What is this error of 0? It's 1. 1 plus 3 is also not giving you 7. It means 1 has not given a 7 with any of the numbers, any of the ahead numbers. Now increment this to 1. Now increment this outer loop. Okay. Now increment this outer loop, right? Okay. Now you will come to this 4. Check. Check. What is the index? 1. Check if this 1 is less than equal to 1, because outer loop you are checking to 1 only, right? Enter inside this for loop. Now your I is 1. Enter inside this for loop. Check if I plus 1. What is I plus 1? What is 1 plus 1? 2. Check if this 2 less than equal to 2. Yes. Move inside. Check if ARR of 1 plus ARR of 2 gives you 7. It means check this 4 with this 3. Is 4 plus 3 giving you 7? Yes. Print this ARR of I. Print this 4. Print this 3. Okay. Now move out of this inner loop. Now this I will become 2. Check if 2 less than equal to 1. No. then move out of the loop. Okay, when you will return move out of this external loop, you will it means you have completed the code. If it means you have completed the program, right? So you obtained 4 comma 3 as the answer. Now this question also can be asked in many form. They can ask you count the pairs where ARR of I plus ARR of j is giving you target. Here I have asked you to print it. This question can come in multiple forms. They can ask you count the number of pairs. Listen to me. Count the number of pairs where two numbers are adding up to give the target. They can ask you in this way also. Right? They can ask you in this way also. Plus, they can ask you in true false form. True false form. They can ask you check if any pair exists where two numbers are adding up to give 7. They can ask in the form of true false also. They can ask in the form of printing, they can ask in the form of counting, they can ask in the form of true false. Anyway, the logic will be same, only this return type, only the answer that in the format in which you are returning the answer will differ. Right? Right? I hope this question is clear to you. Let us code it up. 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 Okay. What is the array we have taken? 143, right? Okay. Two variables to traverse, I comma j. Outer loop is I starts from 0, I less than equal to n minus 2. I explained you the reason why it is n minus 2, right? J equals to 0, j less than equal to n minus 1. I explained you why it is going to the last index. Okay, if ARR of I plus ARR of j equals to target, let us say the target is 7. Let us take it above. Target is 7, right? Target is 7. Target equals to 7. Check if it is equal to target. Print ARR of I, comma, whatever I am explaining you, I am doing the same in the code. Okay? So that I can show you that whatever I have explained is accurate. Yeah? And it is working fine. Okay? So let us run this code off. Let us run this code. Yeah, it is giving us 4-3. You know like why it happened? I wanted to show you something here. That's why I purposely done this. Okay. I have started this I from 0 and I have also started this j from 0. See the code. See the code and you will say like this. See, I is also started from 0. J is also started from 0. That's why you know what is happening. These are the array elements now. Standing at 4, 4 is checking if I can add with 3 to give 7. And when it came 3's turn, it is also checking with this 4. That's why the answer is 4-3-3-4. Okay. So J will start from I plus 1 to avoid the duplicacy of answers. Because it is duplicate now. 4 is saying 3 is adding with me. 3 is saying 4 is also adding with me. Okay. See the answer. It is 4, 3. See the answer, it's coming as 4, 3. Okay, so the answer is correct, right? So the answer is correct. Okay, let us do 1 to 2 more questions and then we will wind up the session. And yeah, then we will be winding up the session. And I will be bringing you more awesome questions in the next videos, right? Okay, let us do another question. Let us do another question. Quickly cover another question, then we will be winding up the session, right? Okay. Let me erase it off. Let me erase it off. Let me erase it off. Okay. This is very simple question. This is not requiring the any logic, any loop, anything. This is simple mathematical question. Find the middle element of the array. Find the middle element of the array. This is a foundational question. You know like what I am saying? Foundational question. It means with the help of this question, many questions can be solved. It is used to crack big and difficult questions, right? So don't take it easy. This question is easy, but this is very important because it is used to solve, it is this question. It is this small box. This is used to crack these big and complex question. This logic, middle question, middle logic, right? I remember there is a question in binary search which is quite difficult. It is the hardest question of binary search. That is something like find the. I am not exactly aware of the statement, but that is the hardest question, and this logic is used to crack this question. So see the importance of this question. Okay, so let us do this question. Let us solve this question. Okay, find the middle element of the array. Find the middle element of the array. Okay, so middle element can be two ways. The middle element can be two ways. Suppose if I am giving you 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, yeah, you have to return the index of the middle element in this question. Find the index of middle element or index something. This doesn't matter whether you can return the middle element or the index, right? The logic should be correct. Okay, now it is very easy. It is very easy to find the middle element in case of odd numbers. In case of odd numbers, it is very easy to find the middle element because in odd numbers there is only one middle element. Okay, this is this is cut down with this is left, this is the middle element. Okay, you know what is a middle element? One element from here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and the element which is left in the middle, it is your middle element. Okay, it is your middle element. Okay, so in the case of odd numbers it is quite easy to find the middle element. But when you are finding in the case of even elements, now it causes some confusion. It causes some confusion. It causes some confusion. What kind of confusion it causes? Suppose this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there are 6 elements. When there are even number of elements, now there are two middle numbers. This is cut with this is cut down with this. Now there are two middle elements. Okay, there are two middle elements. Fine. Now there are two middle elements. This is also middle element. This is also middle element. Okay. Okay. Fine. This is also middle element. This is also middle element. Now you will be getting confused. Should I call 3 as middle? Should I call 3 as middle? Or should I call 4 as middle? You are confused at this point of time. Okay, so you're confused at this point of time. Should I call 3 as middle or should I call 4 as middle? Right? Okay. Now let me tell you. Generally, in 99% of the cases in programming, in 99% of the cases in programming, the first out of these two, the first element is considered as the real middle element. Real middle element. And in some cases, intentionally, this second element out of those two middle elements is considered as the middle element. Generally, 99% this is considered, a 1% in some cases, intentionally, when it is asked, this is considered, right? So, we will consider the first element as a middle element if there are two middle elements, right? Clear? Okay. Now, the thing is how we will find the middle element. How we will find the middle element. This is 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 6, right? Indexes are this, right? Okay. Now you have to find the mid index. How will you do that? Quickly tell me. There is a formula. What is the formula? Low plus high by 2. Low plus high by 2. It means this index plus this last index by 2. This is known as low index. This is known as high index. Low plus high by 2. Low plus high by 2. It means 0 plus 5 by 2. 5 by 2 is 2.5, but generally it is taken as 2 because in integer format, point decimal thing is removed. So you have come up with this index as the answer. So this is your middle index. This is your middle index. This is your middle index. Okay. Okay. In case of odd elements, suppose this is odd elements, its index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, low plus this is high by 2. It means 0 plus 4 by 2. It means 4 by 2. It means 2. Again, this is the middle element, which is correct. Which is correct. Which is correct. Okay. This is correct. Okay. Fine. Okay. I hope this thing is clear to you. One more small concept and we will be winding up the session, right? Okay. Now, sometimes no, this formula sometimes is considered as wrong because it leads to integer overflow. So this formula is considered wrong sometimes to calculate the mid because it leads to integer overflow sometimes. Let us say, I told you now that the maximum value that int can have is 1 in 9. Let us say this low value is also 1 in 9. This high value is also 1 in 9. What it will become? It will become 1 in 18. It exceeded the integer range. Okay. Also, although it is divided by 2 at the last, but first time it exceeded, one time it reaches 1 in 18. That's why it causes integer flow. It is known as wrong sometimes. So what is the accurate formula to calculate same formula to calculate mid by avoiding integer overflow is low plus high by low minus 2. Oh, sorry, high by low by 2. So when you will calculate middle, don't use this formula. It will cause integer overflow sometimes. Okay, don't use this formula to calculate the low. Instead use this low plus high minus low by 2. This is the accurate formula to calculate the middle. It will not cause integer overflow. Okay. Take the LCM. This formula on taking LCM will give the same formula, but it will not cause integer overflow. Take the LCM. It will become 2 low plus high minus low. Now this 2 low minus low will give you low only. It will become low, high plus low by 2. This becomes same. Although this formula is same, but writing this is good because it causes integer overflow. Integer overflow. Overflow. Okay. This causes integer overflow. One more thing. This formula can be also written in one other form. This formula low plus high by 2 to calculate the middle element is also written like this. Low plus high right shift 1. I told you na, when do a left shift 1, it means you're multiplying something by 2. If you're doing 5 left shift of 1 na, it means you're multiplying this by 1 time by 2. Okay, if you're doing 5 left shift 2, it means you're multiplying this by 2 times 2. 2 to the power 2. I explained you this thing in bit manipulation. Okay. When you are doing right shift by 1, it means you are dividing it by 2 one time. When you are doing right shift by 2, it means you are dividing it by 2 to the power 2. When you are doing right shift by 3, it means you are dividing a number by 2 to the power 3. So, can you write this as this? Tell me, think in your mind. Can you write this as this? Can you write this as this? Can you tell like from where this formula came from? How it is converted to this? Low plus high is written as it is. this low plus high is written as it is, and this divide by 2 is done like this, right shift of 1, because you know na, like when you do right shift of 1 to a number, then this number by 2, it comes like this. And now you're doing right shift of 1 to this low plus high, it means it will become low plus high by 2. To whatever you will do right shift, it will be 2 will be divided, it will be divided by 2, right? So I have told you like how to calculate mid, how to optimally calculate mid by two more formulas. Okay, so this was the entire session, this was the session all about today. I hope that you have gained lots of knowledge.